Hola amigos, what is up? This is TLoZ and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker HD. In the last episode, we defeated the first actual boss of the game, Goma, not Armogoma like I thought it was. And in today's episode, we're actually going to start up by going to this boat. Now you're going to see this boat a lot on the various islands, and look at that painting. That's how you know you're in for a great time, because this boat is the shop ship. Hello, Mr. Man. Welcome to Beetle's shop ship. I deal in pretty much anything and everything. Do you have anything you don't need? If you do, show it to me. I'll pay top rupees for your junk. Or do you see anything you'd like to buy? Just use the left stick to browse, okay? I will buy your bait bag, sir. Because the bait bag is actually pretty important for later on. Keep plenty of bait in this convenient satchel. Satchel, that's a great word actually. I rarely ever hear people say that. You're the greatest, I'll never forget you. I'm going to make a member's card just for you. Beetle is one of my favorite Zelda characters actually. My friend Kendall actually does a pretty good impression of his voice lines. Yeah, now you have 1 point saved up. You should try to save up 30 points so you can earn a silver membership. Alright, I'm going to buy something and let Beetle's voice line do the talking for me because... well, if it will, given the voice line.
Thank you!
I love that voice line. I love that voice clip. It's just...
Bye!
it's so fantastic. Beetle, you are great. You're all mopey and stuff, and you've got kind of a weird nose. Actually, I think the joke is that he kind of looks like a member of the Beatles. Now, that might actually... wow, I feel very much at the dumb. So I'm just gonna cut some grass and get some money. Holla holla, get dollar, if you know what I'm saying. You might know what I'm saying. Anyway, the wind's blowing south now, so we can progress through. Now, normally I would like to go to Windfall Island to get a certain something, but I don't actually think that something is available quite yet. Now, that thing is going to make oceanic travel a lot easier, but I'm gonna put it off for a while. Also, Fishman. How you doing, Fishman? Don't know where you got your mitts on that sea chart you got there, but it looks to me like it's pretty much got nothing but seas drawn on it. Well, it is a sea chart technically, so I mean... okay. If Fishman is just gonna berate me, I'm just gonna roll with it. Don't give me that stupefied look, it makes you look like you ought to be in diapers. Well, maybe I ought to be in diapers. I mean, Link is kind of a small child, so maybe? Anyway, magical Fishman has his calligraphy brush and... draws us a nice little map. That's actually very good, thank you Fishman. You are a great artist. There's a real peculiar cave toward the backside of this here Dragon Roost Island. Real peculiar, but I doubt you'll ever get to see it, small fry. Unless you manage to spread wings and fly, that is. Because you won't be getting there otherwise. Alrighty then. I'll send word to all my brethren living near the islands of the Great Sea. Good bunch of fish. If you see a fish leaping out of the water when you sail near an island, sail up to it and spread bait on the water's surface. Trust me, this is good advice. Okay, so he's basically just telling us that anytime we see a fishman jumping around, we can spread some of that all-purpose bait and have him fill out our sea chart. Which is actually very nice, because from this point forward, your sea chart stops automatically updating. Also, apparently he knows the King of Red Lions. Maybe they're poker buddies or something. King of Red Lions got a pretty good poker face. Can you read it? Probably not. Alright, so we're heading south now, and I forgot this, but you actually pass by one of the places that you'll need to go to a little while later. And as soon as we get actually near it, there we go, it's a volcano. You actually do have to go there sometime later, but for now, we don't really need what's inside there yet. And yeah, you do actually have to go into a volcano. Which, you know what, I've found worse vacation spots. I mean, Link... well, I mean, he's got all that stuff on, so maybe it wouldn't be so good for him. I mean, he looks hot in it anyway, so I mean, going into a volcano, that's just gonna make his clothes feel really uncomfortable. and also probably going to light him on fire now that I think about it. Well, okay, I'm very surprised that we didn't actually fall into the lava that many times when we were on Dragon Roost Island, considering how my practice run, well, okay, not really a practice run as much as me playing through the HD version and just seeing what's in the HD version and etc, etc. But I'm gonna call it the practice file anyway, because why not? How far south are we actually? You know, we're pretty close to where it is. I see another fishman jumping about. So I'm gonna do the sensible thing and probably completely ignore him. Okay, oh, we're seeing thunderstorms now. Hopefully we won't run into tornado, asshole. Who's he? Cyclos is the guy with the tornadoes around? Oh, hi there, Octorok. Bye, Octorok. They're shooting bombs now? What? Crazy. It's amazing what Octoroks are doing nowadays. Oh, there's another one. Alright, see you later, dude. Okay, I think we're actually coming up close. That actually looks very familiar out in the distance, so let's travel toward it. Okay, now, I guess one thing that I have to explain about the videos are, and I didn't notice this from the first 6 episodes because I recorded all 6 of those episodes in the same sitting, but one of the things I actually have to talk about is the video quality on these videos. I am not going to be doing 60 frames per second. And it's not because this game doesn't run at 60 frames per second. It's not because I don't want it to be at 60 frames per second. It's because I can't record 1080p at 60 frames per second, and I don't think Adobe Premiere Elements can output at 60 anyway. Maybe if I kept on using Sony Vegas, then maybe, but I don't think the version of Adobe Premiere Elements I have actually has support for 60 frames per second. I could be wrong, maybe it's a download thing or something, but let's not worry about that. For now, let's worry about going over here to, wow, it takes a while to actually catch up. But because my capture device can't go at 30 frames per second, and I don't think my editing software can go past 30 frames per second either, all these videos are going to be at 30 frames per second. Hope you don't mind.
Hey.
Do not see what rises up from the horizon. That is where we must go. Link to the Forest Haven. Alright, and it automatically takes me there too. That's great. Except I don't get to talk to Fishman. It appears though this is a great tree rising far above the ocean's surface. But it is a sacred place. So we gotta find the great Deku Tree. Nice. Okay, so we gotta get Farore's Pearl. And talk to a tree man. That's good. Tree man was probably my favorite member of the Jackass crew, actually. No, whatever. Now, okay. Here's something cool. You can L-target these Bokobabas, and then use the grappling hook and steal things from them. Like their seeds. Nice. You can actually use the seeds for some things later on. You can also steal rupees from them as well. Now, Bokobabas are actually one of the more annoying enemies to kill. If you have some later game weapons, like I'm gonna tell you guys right now, the boomerang is in this game. If you have the boomerang, that's actually really good for fighting these guys, because you can get them at a distance. I don't know if the boomerang like actually slices through them at a distance, but it might. You can continuously steal stuff. Yo, Audrey! What's that for a little shop of horrors? Little link of horrors. Horrors being that you are dead. That is a joke. Thank you for coming out. Oh, one more guy, huh? You wanna be... Got a beef with the Link? Link doesn't even need any beef. There's more to pork chops right now. Oh, there's an Octorok there too. I'm just going to ignore him and do my grapply thing. Okay, I'm gonna try my best to ignore him anyway. He's actually primed to knock me off, so... Equip your shield. And bounces projectiles back at him. I actually don't think that the Octoroks respawn either. which would be nice. In fact, no, you actually very rarely see Octoroks in this game, don't you? You see them in the dungeon we're going to come across soon. We're going to actually see them in the next dungeon, but I think only in one specific room? Oh wait, I can just jump this, can't I? Yes, I can. Good to see I remember this game. Hello, Octorok. No. You are not allowed to do things, for I am the Linkmeister. Totally not what he's called in any game, but just roll with it. And welcome to the Sacred Woods. I don't actually know what this is. Well, it's the Forest Haven, naturally, but this is basically the equivalent to the Lost Woods. Can't jump up there, but we can jump through these waterfalls. Now my hair's all nice and clean. Oh yeah, there's a tree here. Let's go check it out, shall we? Jump up onto this and... oh. He's a very tall tree. And now he's got a blemish. But if he's got a blemish like that, how is he supposed to go to the prom? Oh man, we gotta help Tree Man out. Let's do it. No, okay, let's do this. There we go. Alright, a bunch of choo-choos here. Including some green ones. The green ones hide. The red ones do not. I should probably actually be using parries now that I think about it. But I've got green chew jelly, so it doesn't matter. Delicious, magical chew jelly. Get it at your local shops. Didn't give me the parry timing, that's odd. Usually they're actually quite keen on that. Nope, you've still got blemishes. Stop that. You should wash your face regularly to avoid that stuff. Stop drinking so many sugary drinks, Great Deku Tree. I am automatically assuming that you are the Great Deku Tree because... nope, I guess do the green ones not have a parry timing? I thought they did, but... oh god. He's so full of blemish, he's starting to speak weird language. Starting to speak moon speak. I must apologize, I was in error. Saw your clothing and suddenly felt an aging for an age-long guy. Wow, that sentence, I could have fucked that up a little bit more. The longing caused the ancient tongue to pass my lips. I am the great guardian spirit of the Forest Haven, the Deku Tree. I owe you my thanks for your aid in ridding me of those foul creatures. Yeah, I have a talking boat. He had led me here. You have come here because you have needed the pearl of the goddess. I knew there was a reason the monsters had begun to congregate in the regions around my wood. Now I understand it. Ganon has returned. Okay, we must make haste. And we get the little tree dudes. I like these guys. They've got kind of weird faces, but oh well. I just realized it's nighttime when they have these cutscenes. What do you call yourself? Link? Well then, Link, these are Koroks, the spirits of the forest. Once upon a time, the Koroks took on human form, but when they came to live on the sea, they took these shapes. Now they fear people, but to me, they will always be my cherished little children. Okay, so the Korok ceremony is about to begin, and we're gonna get the pearl once the ceremony's complete. Okie dokie. Alright, are we ready? We aren't. Because some guy named Makar has just screwed up. What's the matter, Linder? You and Makar are always late. No, it's not that, oh great Deku Tree. Makar fell into the Forbidden Woods. That makes me upset. I told him to be careful, but Makar still flew over the Forbidden Woods, and as he drew close to it... You've heard all this? The Forbidden Woods are right beside the Hollowed Island of the Forest Haven. Those woods... It seems they've taken a child of the forest named Makar. Your presence here is no mistake, I deem. Okie dokie, we are going to rescue Makar. Not possible to enter this woods from the sea, is it? I guess from your size that you are heavier than my correct children, yet I think we still may be able to solve this dilemma. Oh, we're gonna get a nice item, aren't we? Magical tree powers activate! It's a leaf. Could you go and climb up to my crown and get the leaf from up there? Okay, I will. But as long as you promise to give me a helpful item afterward, then maybe, but right now, I guess I'm gonna go get your leaf. Wonder what you need it for. Alright, well, let's just roll around. Something over here, and it's one of these pods. Now, you want to know what happens when you go into these pods? This happens. You spring up into the sky. Actually, a little Mr. Man. Actually, tell you about it. It's a bobblepod. They shoot you up into the air. And, they also have another effect as well, but that actually won't come into effect right now. Mainly because we don't have the proper ability to have this secondary effect. But once we do, it will become painfully obvious what the second effect is. Painfully obviously, wow. I am Master of English, just like the joiner is Master of French. You're quite good at that, Mr. Knight. Okay. So it's telling us that if we just keep the stick neutral, if we don't go in any, in the right direction, we don't go in any direction, and we just stay in the air forever. Like that. But now we've got to tilt forward, and oop. These are some very precarious jumps we are making. Holy crap. Look at how high we are. And we got a leaf. And let's take the leaf, because it's actually an item we need. Plant your feet on the ground and use it to blow blasts of air. You can also jump in the air and use your magic power to drift on the currents of wind. The magic power we now conveniently have. Alright, so we gotta map the Deku leaf to something, so let us map it to... Should we map it to Y? There we go, that should work. What you want to do is get a running start, and... There we go, I'm actually going to drop a little bit, because my altitude. And we can cut the grass for magic power. Any hearts in here as well? That would also be very pleasant to have some hearts. Because I took more damage than any man should when fighting choo-choos. Makes me just sound like I'm fighting trains, like I'm playing Mega Man 5 here. And... oh. I think that's the entrance to the Forbidden Woods. And some platforms. Nice. Now... oh yeah, hearts. Cool. Awesome. If this was a 2D Zelda game, I could shoot laser beams from my sword. Congratulations, swordsman. Okay. The eerie-looking island over there is home to the Forbidden Woods. It flowed over to the entrance, but when you're flying with the Deku leaf, you're at the mercy of the wind. Okay, now here's a very actually really neat mechanic. Using the Wind Waker. Now you can actually change the direction of the wind to your choosing. So let's take into account which direction Link is facing. And we want the wind to go southwest. Because that will take us all the way over here. Now, I'm pretty sure we can make it to this island, so... dun, 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 dun. Okay. Can we make it onto the island? No, we can. We can. I think we can. We could. That is good. In the hood, G. Anything else in these? Maybe some rupees? Maybe like an octopus? Alright, the first thing you should do is cut the grass around here to replenish your magic power. I love how this is basically just an extended tutorial. Alright, I guess that's also kind of one of the things that I both like and dislike about Wind Waker. because a lot of it does kind of feel like baby's first Zelda game. Where, okay, I don't mean that like a negative thing, because Wind Waker is honestly, it's honestly my favorite Zelda game, and that is kind of a title that actually changes periodically, but it's one of my favorites. You can also use Y to blow enemies away as well, in case you wanted to know that. But now we're in front of the Forbidden Woods, and with enemies, these guys, they just fall. In the next episode, though, I think we're going to take on the... I like that lighting effect, actually. That's quite nice. In the next episode, once I get over my ADHD, we're actually going to be starting up the Forbidden Woods. So, take care, everyone. As Link stares into your soul. Very, very awkwardly staring into your soul, actually. He's not very good at this being evil thing, let me just tell you that. Goodbye, everyone.